The Biden administration suspended $700 million in planned aid for Sudan and condemned members of Sudan's military involved a coup that ousted the country's civilian-led transitional government from power. Sudan's military arrested Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok and other senior officials, prompting widespread demonstrations against the takeover. Military forces opened fire on some of the protesters, killing at least 3 and wounding dozens more, according to the Sudan Doctors Committee. The State Department said it was immediately pausing the emergency funds, which would have supported Sudan's transition to a democratic government. Spokesman Ned Price said further assistance could also be at risk if military leaders did not reverse course and restore the civilian government. We firmly reject the dissolution of the civilian-led transitional government and its associated institutions and call for their immediate restoration. The arrest of Prime Minister Hamdok and other civilian leaders is unacceptable, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said in a statement. The military forces must ensure their safety and release them immediately. These actions have the potential to derail the country's transition to democracy and are a betrayal of Sudan's peaceful revolution. The military coup drew widespread condemnations from the international community, including the United Nations and the European Union. The UN Security Council scheduled an emergency meeting for Tuesday afternoon. Blinken added the Biden administration was gravely concerned by reports of violence against protesters. We are gravely concerned by reports that Sudanese security forces have used live ammunition against peaceful protesters, he said. Security officials should immediately cease the use of violence against peaceful protesters. We also urge the restoration of internet services. The takeover occurred just weeks before the military was slated to transfer control of Sudan's Sovereign Council to the civilian leaders. General Abdel Fattah Burhan, Sudan's top military official, announced he was dissolving the council due to political infighting. The coup occurred roughly 2 years after civilian demonstrations forced the ouster of Sudan's longtime dictator, Omar al-Bashir. The detention of Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok and several cabinet ministers, declaration of a state of emergency. Shutting down of internet and telecommunications services, and military takeover of state-run media are an affront to the democratic aspirations of the people of Sudan and undermine Sudan's transition towards civilian-led democratic governance after 30 years of kleptocracy and violent dictatorship under Omar al-Bashir, United States Agency for International Development Administration Samantha Power said in a statement.